Just one, not just one, but two guys with me today. Eto na nga, sabi ko sa inyo, mas marami na naman tayong kaalaman at madadagdagan ng ating mga utak. May masabi lang talaga. I am with Mr.
Aaron Bumbgarner, CEO and founder of Outside Incorporated.
And Mr.
Wayne Ebersole, CEO and founder of Big Sky Capital Group.
And I am Krista, Two Moons, CEO of myself. No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about your company first before anything else.
Outside Incorporated is a real estate technology company that identifies unique places to acquire and protect, works with landowners to essentially identify those places, and then we utilize a strategy of tokenization to provide liquidity for those landowners and protect those properties to maximize revenue opportunities in carbon offsets, biodiversity conservation, outdoor recreation, and renewable energy.
Yeah, Big Sky Capital Group was founded to address the problem of regenerative agriculture, where conventional agriculture has depleted our soil and polluted our waterways with the runoff and synthetic fertilizers and insecticides and things like that. And I've worked for a number of years helping farmers make that transition, but a lot of farmers can't do it. They're either too old or don't have the capital or anything like that. And so that's where our fund comes in. We help farmers to transition their land, or to the next owners transition it into a regenerative agriculture where the soil health is improving and it's keeping those minerals and nutrients in the waterways, out of the waterways and on the land where they were originally intended to be. So that's what Big Sky Capital does.
Thank you so much. Let's talk about tokenization. What are the benefits of tokenization in fintech?
The benefits of tokenization in fintech are that we're able to essentially take assets that are traditionally very illiquid, whether it be farms, ranches, timberland, agriculture land, yachts, companies, businesses, whatever it may be, and essentially fractionalize those down to millions of shares to where we can make that investment opportunity accessible for everyone globally. And that's what we do at Big Sky Capital and Outside Incorporated.
What role does tokenization play in preventing fraud?
Well, there's a lot of things you do. Land, like Aaron said, is illiquid. And so what can happen in the case of investments where you're investing in land, somebody can come up. I had a friend many years ago who sold a piece of land in Florida, and it was very cheap, and so he bought it sight unseen. And he went down there to look at it, and here it was in the middle of a swamp and totally unusable. And 15 years later, they had actually built a road and put electricity out there, but it still was unusable. And so tokenization documents everything about the process of that piece of property, from acquisition, who bought it, and everything else that goes with it. And so therefore, tokenization is open source. It's visible to everybody involved exactly what your investment is and how it works.
How does tokenization impact the user experience for customers?
Well, like Aaron said in his talk earlier today, buying property, at least in the United States, is very difficult. You have to go see it. You have to work maybe with a broker, with maybe a transfer agent, maybe even an attorney to figure it out. Tokenization documents all that stuff up front ahead of time, and the user is just as simply as opening maybe an exchange account or an Amazon account, and you say, I want to buy X amount of shares of this property that Aaron has for sale. And so he can buy it, and you're now an owner of that, and everybody knows that you're an owner of it. It's been documented. So those tokens is just like Aaron said. You can open your phone, you can go to Aaron's website today, right now, and actually buy shares in a piece of property and have it done within probably a minute's time.
How does tokenization enable new businesses models or revenue streams?
Yeah, so what tokenization does is it allows for, like land assets, for example, where they traditionally have been illiquid. So like what we've done at Outside is we have essentially evolved over the past few years from where we started as a company buying land. We're now a real estate technology company. And what we're able to do at Outside is essentially take a property, build a marketing story around it, take great videos, great photos of it, and then where traditionally a real estate agent will list that property and say, I have this property for sale for $20 million. What we do it outside is we then take that property, we tokenize it, we fractionalize it, and we push it out to the global markets via website platforms so that someone in Singapore or India or Australia, wherever it may be, can open up their phone and buy $1,000, $10, $5 of land in United States, Ireland, UK, wherever we're tokenizing that land. So we're making land investing, protection of lands, ecosystem protection, water quality protection more accessible to everyone. That's our goal.
What is the future of money?
Well, I think to understand the future of money, you have to look at the history of money. So the Romans were the ones that first came up with the idea of coinage and using that. And as you understand with that, people started shaving things off of money, making coins smaller and keeping the things. Then it started putting copper into money. And that led us to the process today where we have fiat currency, which is paper money that's largely a promise. I would love to see money go back to being based on something real. And I think blockchain technology gives us that opportunity to tokenize, to create coinage, to create currency that is backed by everything in the economy, not just the land, but also the goods and services that land produced, the values and everything that come off of that land, as well as the labor reflected in the processing of the land. So I would like to see blockchain technology become the basis for currency in each nation that wants to create it and issue it. And that blockchain and that cryptocurrency or whatever it may be, what that token has value behind it and cannot be changed.
The future of money is digital real land assets. I mean, that's what it is. It's land. No, seriously, like for example, one of the things we're working on at Outside is we're working on essentially tying real land assets to Bitcoin ordinals, for example. So, we're working to, we started in land because that's a commodity and that's easy for us to work with, easy for us to understand. But, next we'll go to companies, small businesses, other type of real world assets that we identify. So, the future of money, in my opinion, is digital assets, digital real world assets.